guys, my name is Kuliyoshi, and welcome back to my 100% blind play, 100% playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch. We're gonna do a little bit of revenge here. In the last episode, or a couple of different episodes, well, in the last episode we continued for the regular adventure mode map, but then, yeah, Master Quest kind of threw us a brutal attack thing in the form of a very annoying mission that young Link has to go through, and I do not like it. And not only that, but there's also a treasury I have to deal with as well. It's just so annoying. So I've gone and actually cleared part of it on its own. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm no longer limited to young Link because I already cleared the mission, but I'm going to go ahead and use him anyways because I need his item. So as you can see, I powered him up a ton. I powered him up all the way till 30 or so. And we'll go ahead and use whatever our strongest weapon here is to make it easier. Thankfully, we will get a much stronger weapon for him after we finish this, which is not bad. It helps out a lot. And with it, we'll finally unlock the EXP farming mission. If you're wondering why the game title is called that, yeah, that's because we have an XP farm to do after this. Beyond that, this mission has to be done very specifically. We can't run through, kill all the other opponents, or we can't do other stuff. We kind of have to do it actually as a speedrun and just kind of trust the game on this. Otherwise, we kind of just die. And yes, part of the reason why I died is because, well, these enemies are kind of strong because it's Master Quest. There's other things like other stuff to deal with. And yes, I'm doing this as a speedrun because I have to do stuff here. There we go. Darn it. Screw you. Just defeat him. Alright, now we're going to actually go through and defeat all the other stuff. And yes, you have to take out these characters in a specific order. First, you have to start by taking out the stranded allied forces over here, or saving the stranded allied forces over here, rather. And then doing other stuff. And you have to capture 2 peeps to even reach them, so it's not easy. Oh, basically, I'm trying to both reach the end and do other stuff. Now, thankfully, since Yoike has boost and is now also pretty strong, it should be much easier to win this. I'm just more annoying that other stuff is not getting fun. And this is the not fun part, where the entirety of the forces advance towards Girium, and then you really have to speed things out. Okay, good. There is an item that that has appeared. Alright. I need to rescue the Saturn Captain, but I also need to get rid of this keep that's in the way. Okay, there we go. Now we have to rescue these Airters now. Beyond that, we have to go kind of fast. Alright, time to walk back down and take our stuff. Meanwhile, the captain decided, oh, we're just gonna advance towards Girium instead of saving our stranded ally forces. Thankfully, I took out a lot of troops there. Yes, I'm gonna help right now. Oh, come on, dude. Just let me save this guy. There's not a lot I can really do here, but the fact that I have extra HP makes it better. And yes, I did find a better way of doing this. The best way of doing this is to just rescue the ally as fast as possible. Walk down once to make sure Giriam doesn't die. Then after all of the enemies are taken out, we can finally go and take out our other opponents. While we're here, I need to check which one's actually the one that requires stuff. West or East go on keep have items. Okay, so we have to capture either one of those. Darn it, there's another big Poe there. There's so many of these guys. The problem is Girium gets hit by a lot of stuff late on in the match, so you have to take out more than thousands of these enemies just to keep them alive. Alright. Okay, there we go. Okay, and hopefully Girium should be fine for a little bit. If so, if not, then I'll have to go back down the mountain. If one of the other apes gets bad, then I'll have to go back up the mountain. Hopefully, I did enough defense here. I don't know what Silver Cucco even gives you, but I'm not interested if that's the case. Alright. Well, I am actually, now I think of it, maybe I am slightly interested. Alright, we've defeated him. Now what happens? Okay, we defeated him. Alright. Looks like the Allied forces are holding their own now. Now we've done that. The biggest problem is at the beginning of the mission, like I mentioned, where the Halo forces eventuate towards Zerium. That gets a bit annoying. I've already seen his HL, so let's just do this. Alright. Yeah, screw it. I already gave you a lot of aid. I'm gonna have to do stuff. Yeah, shut up. I just want to kill this mission. I already wasted a lot of time getting to Darunia. So, do you think you have a little bit of time on your end? Because I'm gonna ignore you for a minute. Just give me a second, Lion Captain. Oh, what the frick was that? Okay, alright. Okay, we killed him. Good. Alright, good. He almost died. That was not fun. And we got A rank. Alright, we don't have to do this mission again. So that's my full vengeance of this mission complete. Now we get to use Skull Kid, and it's probably not going to work well, because this time I had this, it didn't really work well, but I'll at least give it a try and see what happens. If we can at least survive, then that won't be too bad. And I say full vengeance as in, well, the mission was really annoying the last time I did it, so I wanted to make sure that I restart it. I had to restart multiple times and I didn't even finish it. That's when I found out, yeah, like, was not strong enough in that time, so I had to get him to level 70 to make sure, and I even did a test run, and it, allowed me to just barely go through. Thankfully, I got a much better deity mask after we're done, so now we can really do a lot of damage with him. Okay, there is no A rank victory, so thankfully that's a bit easier. And yes, I already searched, so just use this. And now we get a shirt as a victory, which is like a fairy shirt or whatever, but I'm limited to Skull Kid. Okay. All I have to do is survive as him, so I'm not too worried. I just a bit annoyed that I have to do this first. Now, just like any other mission, once you've cleared it once successfully, it doesn't have to be A rank. It permanently becomes a mission where essentially you can use whatever character you want, and this is the XP farming mission I mentioned. This is the one where you can just get tons of experience and get a lot of stuff, and Skullky can also get a lot of experience here too, but he's not quite as good as young Link, so it's a bit annoying nonetheless, but it is something we have to deal with. We'll just go ahead and make him as strong as we possibly can. Get up to level 31, which should hopefully be enough. Oh wait, we actually do get to use it, and okay, that helps out a bit. Well, I guess we can use Young Link after all, but because of lag, I might die anyway, so I am still gonna use Skull Kid. Because I feel like a lot of people be annoyed at me if I don't, so we're gonna show off Skull Kid and also this cool mission, which is much better for taking out a bunch of enemies, because one, it's smaller, and two, it's a lot of enemies, so it's pretty straightforward. This is also really good for Ganondorf farming materials, because there's Dark Ganondorfs up here. Part of the problem with this issue is just surviving long enough. Once I don't have to use Skulltulas anymore, it's not as bad. Because then I can use whatever character I want. Okay, if I could just get my magic, that'll help out a bit, hopefully. Alright. This is definitely a really good mission for farming up kills. If you ever go that. It's crazy how we waited a long time to play as him, and then we finally got a chance to today. And also, now the area is completely filled with enemies, so let's see how many we can kill with this magic. Magic is really useful, obviously, since you don't take any effects from any of them when you use stuff. I can actually see if any of these enemies had the earthing. Okay, I barely foiled that. Alright, now we have Manandala to deal with. And an Ardrot as well. I want to make sure we kill one as fast as possible. Alright. Okay. Okay, he has some good moves. I'm not as annoyed at him now, definitely. Somehow he was able to take out that in one hit. If I want to truly survive this, I have to use Skull Kid and not someone else, just so I can deal with our stuff. Oh, there's two Manandalas. Okay. Oh, I forgot I was in magic mode. Whoops. Oh, well, I'm hitting both of them, so I guess that's not bad at all. Darn it. Not enough there. Okay, well, I have a better strategy now. Let's not deal with any of them and just, stun them down with my magic. Alright. That's a really good move for dealing with these bosses. I like it already. Alright, now that one Manhandle is down, we don't have to worry as much. Is he gonna be Trolly again? Let me guess. Okay, no. We got his good attack. Almost didn't, survive that, though. By the way, I'm gonna be a little bit pissed if young Link ends up not surviving this, despite all I've done for him to help him out. Okay, there we go. Now the enemies are reinforced. Okay. I need to save young Link so he doesn't get destroyed by enemies. Goodness, that's a massive area effect there. That's definitely good in its own way. And now he's in trouble, despite all I've done for him. Oh boy. Who's gonna plan something now? I wonder. Alright. Barely got 500 kills with him. Alright. Okay, we're doing a little bit better on the second heart. Okay, they're not planning something yet. But very soon I'll have to defeat a couple of them. Alright. If I really want to survive a Skull Kid, I basically have to keep on doing other attacks while I do this. And there you can see why this is such a good mission. There's much more enemies than the mission before it, and there's a lot of other stuff. So it's only fair after this I'll also show you the same strategy again, but with young Link. It's much easier as young Link. Okay, Agatha is playing something. Agatha is right next to it. That's annoying. Right, let's do magic again. Looks like I barely have enough to get through this. Oh, or not. Agatha is still not dead, somehow. Lived by just a sliver of health. Supposedly this will get him. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we finally got him out of there. There you can see, once you get to this part, the enemies kind of just fall. And also, Solid's Trail is probably one of the best moves in the game. I probably should have ditched him a bit earlier. Just look at this. Just the ability to excel massive groups of enemies all at once. That's actually not as bad as I thought. When I get more weapons, I will definitely farm them up more in the future. Alright, there we go. There's our item from the rank C chest or whatever. A new costume, okay, so he gets a new costume, huh? May as well show his intro. All of the laughing, my goodness. Even though I was allergic to him, I barely survived with all the nonsense that was going there. Alright, now we get to show the actual XP version of this, so this is basically an idea on how to farm up characters in the game, and this works really good with any character that's dark, so once you finish this once, you could just go straight back into this battle, like right here, and then here's basically how to farm. I'm going to show this off with Young Link because it's simpler and also more effective. First, you want to go to the Apothecary, go all the way down, and there will be this item called an XP Accelerator. To speed it up, just click on that, and then select Auto Prepare, and that'll select a series of resources for you. And that gives you a semi-effect where you get XP Accelerator, which makes all of your XP go up. Next, you want to make sure that you have an XP weapon. I believe I have that right down here somewhere. Well, actually, I have a better idea. I can go to the smithy since I don't really have a good weapon yet. And do this. We're going to fuse the weapon with the experience into the weapon I just got from earlier. So we'll do that. Then select our source weapon, which is going to be this one. We'll give it darkness. Slots, so I increase, well, actually, no, I don't want that. I want materials if I can find it. Okay, I don't have one yet, so I will go for slots, I guess. So we're gonna get all that. All we need to do is make sure that we're have a strong weapon. That's it. Beyond that, I'm gonna use him with whatever his strongest weapon is, so he can do a lot of damage to the opponents. And then I'll use Link just for survival and nothing much else. And also, you only want to use one character during this. Although the game allows you to use two, I only recommend using one because it's much easier. And partly why I used Skull Kid was just to make sure I got through the mission. If he was already higher enough, then it wouldn't be too bad. Beyond that, though, there's not a lot to do. So, now that we've done with that, we can actually deal with this in the speedrun way. To start off, we want to kill these Ganondorf jerks, or whatever their names are, as fast as possible, because defeating them will cause more enemies to appear. Then we have to foil the enemy plan and do a couple of our stuff to bait out the bosses. And now we have Booster if you don't like, this will be a lot easier. Okay, now we have to deal with a bunch of Dinofoss doing stuff. Nice, we followed the enemy plan right away. For those of you who don't know, if you don't defeat that opponent within a specific time, then they just, kill you, and it gets a bit annoying. Alright, now we are in Super Mode, and this is the big cheese that you get to do for this. And we're gonna go ahead and defeat these Red Deadites so that more troops appear. Beyond that, though, we're just gonna walk around slashing enemies to kill them. Get as high of a kill count as we can. Pick up magics as we run row. And then partway through, we'll have to face off against Manhandla and the other bosses. We'll start by killing Arjok because he's closer. That's all there is to it. In case you're wondering, if you press the X thing from earlier or whatever, then all of your special attack meter will get converted into magic. So yeah, it makes it really strong. And I'm not strong enough to quick kill them immediately, so I'm kind of just killing them in magic just because that's safer and also more efficient. What I like really a lot about this strategy is that right there. Whenever you do that, you just get all of your magic back. It's like by far the biggest cheese character you can use, by far. And you can just get the magic the second time around when you need it. Oh. Am I gonna get this? I don't know. It's not easy to do, though. This is definitely not a free setup by any means. You can make one mistake and have the entire thing go south. The biggest thing you want to make sure you're doing is while you're waiting on these giant bosses, you're also killing other enemies so that you can even have a bar to use at all. Because if you don't do that, then you could just die. It's not fun when that happens. And part of the reason why I wanted to wait until later is because if we waited until later, then we would be able to use Link, who's much more powerful than Skull Kid right now, and we need a tanky hero in the second spot to make sure they don't die. And now we have even more reinforcements to deal with. Just look how overpowered this is. Not even defeating like 5 enemies, and we've already have a way to get our full magic back. So we just go in, do this, then we use a couple of basic classes, and then they just all die again. It's so such an overpowered strategy, even mixed more with the fact that this is a darkness area, so that means young Link gets even more damage on top of that, which just makes this strategy one of the most overpowered strategies in the entire game. In fact, pretty much every other character cannot come close at all. So this is definitely a good mission for farming if you ever consider that. And you could always walk to the magic if you really need it. So yeah, it's definitely overpowered. It's not too hard to get back once you know what you're doing, too. Just so you know, the next enemy planning something does not appear until after we clear out other stuff. And yes, I'm not using my combo attack as much, because it's kind of slow and doesn't really do much damage. If you are dealing with other troops, then you kind of want to try using the Triforce if you can. That thing does a ton of damage. Unlike some of the other missions, this one has way more enemies to kill on it in general, so there's multiple ways you could just get stuff back. Okay, we want to kill Agatha as soon as possible so she doesn't buff up all the other troops. Oh, there we go. That's the combo I mentioned. See, that does a lot of area effect damage, so that's really useful for clearing out massive groups of enemies. Like, I'm gonna try it right now. Oh, I got it. And just bam! See, look at that. All those moblins that got trapped in there instantly died. That's so overpowered. Also, my apologies if the music's kind of going over my volume, but this is just so cool to use. Like, after enemies basically destroyed us like 50% through the game, and I had some other fails everywhere else. Being able to just do this is really satisfying. Just get a ton of experience. And there's so much more magic on this one, you almost never run out of magic. This is the mission that people mention, by the way, where you can literally just remain in this mode for basically until the mission ends. And that's what makes this strategy so efficient. And if you don't have any super allies to deal with, you could just go around and use the Snake Slash to kill all the enemies. And if you get in danger, you could just run back to the magic to refill, and then run back afterwards. That's what makes it so overpowered. And once you kill out a few missions, your friend will never die. Like the Link character. He'll never die as long as he's high enough. And every character can get a ton of levels for this. I'm pretty sure I was like level 75 before this, and I'm already at 84. And I'm still in this mode. It's just so overpowered. How crazy busted this is. Unfortunately, after you kill a lot of enemies, it tries to get you out of this by doing a couple of other stuff. Oh. That delayed attack almost got me, and okay. There's our first mistake in a while. What's funny is it doesn't even waste a lot of experience or time, though, because if you fail, you could just use that anyways and go straight back into it. It's just a small time loss of like 5 or 10 seconds. Not really a big deal if you're not going for other stuff, but As you can see there, my kill count was at over 3,000 there. It was definitely annoying. It gets even easier once it gets to the right side, because then they start an all-out attack, and then you could just really take them out. And yes, any character can use this level to instantly get higher KOs, so you can basically deal with that mission no problem. Will we actually hit 5K? I don't know. We'll see. Ah, darn it, it might be just barely not enough. Darn, it's so close. Almost 5K. That would've been cool if we actually got that. And yes, Young Link can just do that. That's what makes this session so broken for XP farming. And by the way, don't look, but I think he's level 86 right now. So by doing all of that, you can just get a ton of experience really quick. And that's what we're going to use, by the way, to get our characters to 255, the maximum level. While you could do this with our characters, Young Link is the easiest and fastest to do this with, as you can easily get 8,000 kills and get about 10 to 9 levels literally every time you do this in just 10 minutes. And while you do it as well, you get lots of gold items and silver items too, so you can get a lot of unique items from this, so it's just really useful in general, and one of the goals does involve doing that, so yeah, we need to make sure that happens. Alright, well anyway, that's about it. That's the XP farm in a nutshell, but I'm not done yet. I still have a couple of other stuff I want to do. Before I go anywhere, there's a couple missions I missed, including Land of Myth, Norma, a couple of other stuff. So I'm actually going to set this mission to normal, and this will technically be the first time I do mission on normal, but I kind of want to wait until later to do it. At the same time, I can't. So I'm gonna go in with Impa, just because why not? And we're gonna do this mission again, just to get the Skulltula we missed and the heart piece. In case you're wondering, the Skulltula is actually really sneakily hidden. I think it's on like a ape or something. It's basically hidden in an altar section where you don't know about. We've already done this mission before, so there's no point in redoing that soon. Now, because they're level 70, this will be much easier. And we don't necessarily need to kill max enemies. We only need to kill 1,000 for this. By the way, you have to wait quite a bit for the boulder cutscene to trigger before you can even go up here, which is a bit obnoxious. Beyond that, the mission's pretty linear, and it doesn't really take much to get through. You just have to wait for this gate to move itself, and then you can just basically you go here, you do that, and then after you've cleared out that keep, you head here and you get both boulder keeps, and then you destroy the troops in the middle so they don't attack. And then from here, you basically just have to babysit the keeps so they don't die. It's So we'll be returning to these keeps at least a couple of times, but before we return to them at least once, we'll make sure to do other stuff. And there's our weapon. Now we need East Guan Keep for our items, so we will have to do a bit of a longer playthrough, but beyond that, there's not a lot we can have to do. And this is where I'm gonna kill a lot of Gorons just to make sure they don't attack our base later. See, look. It was so crowded we didn't even know that Goron was there. I'm gonna walk down here, take this keep, and then quickly walk back. And then from there, we'll just go straight to this. Yeah, we already grabbed it, Esther, go on. We already captured it. Capture it before they had a chance. See, even Sheik knows what I mean. This was scary the first time I play it, especially since this is sole mission on Wii U as well, so it was a little bit more obnoxious on Wii U than on Switch. I feel like they may have weakened this mission a bit, but beyond that, it's kind of tricky. The biggest attack that comes here is when you have to do other stuff. What I don't like about this is there's a lot of enemies that just go straight towards the boulder keep, so you have to defend them with your life if you really want to stop them. And then you have keep saboteurs half of the way through as well, which is even more annoying. And whenever you see that side mission appear, that's whenever we have to defeat our villains. Yeah. Okay, here comes Darunia. Now, there's Impa. You could do this attack to do a lot of damage to him really quickly. It's kind of obnoxious when he gets that down now. Almost dead, even on normal, when he has more help. Okay, to deal with this, I'm gonna purposely avoid the first keep saboteur, as well as the ones on the middle. And I'll go straight for the Skulltula first. Right where I'm here, I'm gonna go straight for the Skulltula. See what I mean? It's right on this area. So even if I gone fast or done this mission first, I can't actually get this until later, which is a bit obnoxious. Oh goodness, all of these highly captains are fleeing right now. That's not fun. The only worrisome thing is, of course, well, obviously Darunia heals multiple times. There's other stuff to deal with. There's other things. By the way, I am taking this just specifically to clear out other stuff, and then once I get through it, I'm probably just gonna go straight to East Boulder Keep and West Boulder Keep and clear them both. And then we'll just take out all the Keep Saboteurs while we're there. Keep Saboteurs are definitely not easy to deal with. They can clear out stuff really easy. Now, because we're using Impa instead of weaklings, like, well, not... Sheik's not really weak, but, per se, but he was not really good either. Yeah, Eastkeep I don't really care about as much. My major focus is these boulder keeps. He's actually not doing as much damage as I remember him doing. Okay, now we have to actually get this vat. I like how, even though the keep is taken, it takes a little while before a cutscene will actually start and you have to deal with our stuff. I like how there's... I like how Impa's still technically here, even though we're using him. Oh wait, that was not that. That was Eastkeep. That's why! I was like, oh wait. I thought the Boulder Keep fell, but I guess not. Okay then. That's fine, I guess. By the way, the only really annoying thing I want to deal with is to make sure we get through this before things get too annoying. And now from here, we're just gonna walk down the right, do other stuff, and then just hope for the best. And I'm not gonna actually take out that Keep Saboteur just because of the position he's in. He's really annoying, and we still have to capture that Chief's room before he can really do anything. So we're gonna quickly take this keep, and then we're gonna rush up and just do this as soon as possible. And now Darunia is gonna get really mad and send every Chupa after us, and we're just gonna respond by killing these enemies and just taking another keep, which further makes them get stalled. Now we see Darunia will no longer be able to regain stamina, but he also has enchantments. So, if we walk over here, we'll see that there are some big pose here. Now, there are other things that you have to deal with normally as well, but like the bomb chews and a couple of other stuff. But and yes, the bomb chews do try and blow up your base. Oh, we already killed one. Alright, we're done. It's not too hard mission to deal with, thankfully. Alright, Darunia's been defeated now. Alright. We're done. We kindly mind kindly erasing Princess Hyrule. Oh yeah, of course, man. I feel terrible for everything we've been doing. Yep. Whew. This is getting... My hero's getting really hot. I probably need to finish this now. I've done this before as well, where I've done a mission like this. I just wanted to make sure I got all the other stuff. Don't worry, we'll still do our medium playthrough, but it'll be quite a bit different. In fact, we'll be doing it as fast as possible when the time comes. And the only extra thing we will be doing is using the time to not only get a medium playthrough done, but also get other stuff. Also, by the way, every single playthrough other than the first will be done in free play mode after this, because it's just way easier to do it in free play mode. Alright, there we go. Now we don't have to deal with that anymore. So, now that that's done, it's time to go to, nowhere, because we are done with this video now. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where I hopefully show off a new feature called the My Fairy mode. This is, actually required for 100% and does have its own feel in 100%, so it'll be really important. So yeah, until then, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!